Speaking of those daytime shows, man, one of the favorites in the house is the Paternity shit up in this one. And I got
they still do that.
Yes, listen. I forget what the judge's name is, but I swear every time I watch that motherfucker, the dude ain't never the daddy. The dude
they were talking about this whole deal on MTR, mediocre tutorial reviews. Young man got his own YouTube channel or whatever, and he was saying, he posed this question like, what do you think of universal paternity tests from off rip? Everybody, like, you have a kid, it's just automatic paternity tests. I was just like, holy shit, what a concept. I'm just saying, how many people will, find out that they're not the father of this child or whatever. If it was mandatory, that'll alleviate.
How many women would be out there? How many women would be out there and be like, oh, you don't fucking trust me? He don't need to see them results. Look at the results.
That's why he was saying it should be mandatory.
Let me
just
tell
like
you.
they stamp the kid's feet on the birth certificate or whatever. They take some of that blood, you know what I mean, and run it mandatory off rip.
Ricky Smiley
how much money would be in the system?
Ricky Smiley had a segment called Paternity Test Tuesday on his show, and when I tell you, you just would be so embarrassed because you look at this, then you look at this. I forget what the judge's name, and the motherfucker is never the father. You get that rare case but there was a motherfucker went on there at 21 and found out that wasn't his daddy. And I think the worst thing about it is these guys been hustled. They've been lied to by this woman. And you'll still have a motherfucker sit in these men's face and say, daddy is a daddy does. You got to stay there. You all they know.
That shit. Yeah.
Really? Like, fuck you and that little motherfucker.
You out like that, okay.
Listen, let me say
21 years. I didn't have to put up with your shit all them times.
Look, if the kid is at an age, I'm going to say this, and people probably going to look at me like I ain't shit, I don't give a fuck. If the motherfucking kid is at an age where I have not developed a relationship, but I look at it and I'm like, man, this kid just don't, because they say mamas always know.
Yeah.
And y'all both know Miss Joanne. She gonna be like, that ain't your motherfucking baby. I'll give him a COVID test right now to see.
COVID test.
I'll swab him now. Put this motherfucking ear Q-tip up his nose. That's my mother. If that's the deal, I'm out because you hustled me. You made me believe something that's not true. And you made me responsible for you halted my life. I could have went in another direction. Not saying to being a father. Let me tell you, I got stepkids myself. Love them all. So I'm not, discriminating or anything like that. But if it's a situation where I walk into it and he's 16 or 17, then you know what? I might leave, but that's still going to be my boy. That's going to be my son. That's going to be my daughter. But I can't trust this woman anymore because if you did that, ain't no telling what else you done did and ain't no telling what else you're going to do. You know what I mean? So, but, but it's just, it's fucked up to hear those stories. You see them and you see these dudes break down and they crying like I've been hoodwinked and here go the motherfucking judge. You daddy is as daddy does. Fuck you.
And people think it's just that easy to stop making those payments.
There you go.
You know what I mean? If your name on that damn birth certificate, man, you jammed. You know how hard it is to get your name off that?
There was a guy in Detroit messing with a woman. He didn't even sign his motherfucking name. She signed it because she said that she needed benefits or something. She was going through some shit or she didn't want whatever. That motherfucker has been years trying to get his name off that certificate, has been locked up because of missed child support payments on a baby that ain't even his. He already had the paternity test. But the fact that his name is on that birth certificate, he getting the wood stuck to him.
Yeah, I mean, they will come and get your shit. I
Yes,
had
sir.
one homeboy when I was in Pittsburgh or whatever. He was, he said they told him he went to court or whatever. It's like, look here, you got it's like 8:00 in the morning. It's like you got until 3 to come up with like $8,000, but you can't leave the courthouse.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's there, walking around, security next to him, whatever. He on that payphone calling in every favor. You know what I mean? Because they was gonna lock his ass up, and in Pittsburgh, whatever, you miss your payments, whatever, they will boot your car.
See, he might have had a couple.
You see what I'm saying? You get jammed up all kind of ways. It ain't just financial or whatever. They're like, yeah, you ain't moving.
You probably could have moved a couple bricks to get. Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, dude, they told me I got to come up with X amount of thousand, and I can't leave the courthouse, or they locking my ass up.
That shit ain't even about the woman or the kid. That's about the courts getting their cut.
I mean, there's we didn't heard all these crazy situations where it was a lesbian couple who decided to use one of their male friends' sperm for as a surrogate. They got married, the ladies or whatever. Then they got divorced. The one who got custody of the child is going after the dude for child support.
I heard about that.
Ain't got nothing to do with he was doing his friends a solid. But technically he is the father.
Right.
You know what I mean? And somebody has to pay child support.
I think two of the most fucked up stories that I heard, and this shit happened on 2 occasions that I know of. Something happened with the guy and the woman. I don't know if they was together when the woman had the kid. But shit, the woman turned around, put the baby up for adoption without the man knowing. And I think one of them just finally got the baby back. Yeah.
The dude or the lady who put the baby up?
The dude
got it back. The baby, the dude?
Yeah, the girl put his child up for adoption. And he had to go through hella hot water to get his child back. And that family didn't want to give him his kid back. Fuck the circuit. They was like, we sympathetic, but it's our kid now. He said, okay. Yeah. That's why there's this there's a new law out. And I'm gonna fuck it up real good here. But I think it's something about women can't have an abortion without the man's consent. It's a law that they looking like it's going to pass, or it passed somewhere in the South. But they said all the other states are looking to follow suit. Woman can't have an abortion without a man's consent because it's his DNA.
And that shit ain't gonna go by. That ain't gonna fly.
I think it already did.
No, maybe down south. That shit ain't gonna fly out west.
Hey,
that shit won't fly out west.
I want to see that. I don't know.
You know that like every 2 years they try to go after these abortion rights, and that sounds like some shit they'll throw in to some fucking abortion rights just because they can.
Yeah, it ain't gonna stick. I know, like
our
you said,
body.
That's
our
what
decision.
It is.
You know, it's weird that they've been arguing about this shit since the 60s. How is this still an argument? How is this? How come it just can't be by fucking choice? Like, you don't want a fucking abortion, don't get one. Don't go out there shooting fucking doctors in the name of Jesus. Like, what
I agree.
The fuck? How is this such a big issue every fucking time we go to the polls?
Power, man.
Power.
Power.
Yeah. I agree, man. It's like you are asserting control over somebody's body. Now, on the other end of that, I do feel like, because I think a lot of women expect responsibility from an irresponsible situation. Meaning you get with a cat you may not have known. And I know this ain't every situation, but you may not have known them that long. I knock boots or whatever. Next thing you know, you got a baby. The cat don't want a baby. Or he let you know he didn't want a baby and you had his baby anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want to hold him accountable for something that that for a person that he didn't want, because this is a person, you holding him accountable. He didn't have a choice in whether they got here or not. I personally don't think a cat should have to be accountable for something they didn't want if it was made to be known. Okay. But then we are getting into, hey man, her body, people are just going to have to start being a little bit more responsible, which is like asking the motherfucker to shit a gold bar. And
you roll the dice every time you lay them down.
There you go.
That's all.
There you go.
That's on you. You roll the dice every time.
Right.
You know what the consequences are.
Yeah. Both parties. Mm-hmm. It's excuse me. Both parties know what the consequences are. But when you start, when the power lies more in one person's hand, with that type of shit, that's when I have a little bit of issue with it.
I mean, Chappelle made the best point. Hey man, if you're able to kill him, I should be able to abandon him.
Oh,
hey,
that's what he said. That's what he said.
I mean, shit. Is it that fucking
words of Chappelle? That's it.
Right.